Bovan. Good evening. On behalf of the South Asian International Association for ECCG, I would like to warmly welcome Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra from Kunwar Global School, the principal of the Kunwar Global School, India, for this discussion. So this discussion is in line with the South Asian International Summit 2022 planned in June, from 18th to 20th June in Colombo, Sri Lanka. So I believe that this discussion will lay the foundation, probably the foundation for this summit, because we are going to plan about the objectives, how we are going to proceed ahead with the summit, and what are the benefits that you all are going to get from the summit, and all these things we are going to discuss with Dr. Dheeraj and the president of our association, Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda. So I take this as an opportunity to invite all 7 countries to join in hand with us in this summit in June 2022 in Colombo, Sri Lanka. So with that, I guess we can start the discussion. To start with, so dear Dr. Dheeraj, so as a national awardee, an educator, a principal, how do you define education? I mean, what's the meaning of education for you?
Well, first of all, good evening, everyone, and greetings from India. I would like to appreciate the preparedness for the South Asian International Summit under the dynamic leadership of Mr. Janaka and his team. Well, I believe education is for life, and it makes you live for life. Of course, if you're not literate, you tend to be easing out with no perfection anytime, anywhere. So now the definition of education has changed over the years. And post-pandemic, it is more about the literacy of preparedness, the conjunction, the priority, the learning, and how best you are with the presence on the very spectrum of the cyber presence. If people Google you, are you available around? So it is all because of illiteracy that you tend to reflect on identities at different intervals. And the topic here talks about sustainability and the development goals, which prioritizes learning as we talk about the quality education. Now, first of all, is the education, the literacy, the learning. And the more we learn, the more we earn in terms of knowledge, recognition, and pride. And for that aspect, I believe learning to learn should be a priority rather than an occasional occurrence. It is knowing about the facts, the figures, and how to implement those facts and figures in our lives to make our lives easier, stronger, and above all, of a professional weightage. Because we are recognized by our talents and we receive our talents by education only. It is not that we are there since birth with the knowledge on our head top. I'm sorry. For that, we need to work. And of course, the mentoring is done in schools by our teachers, by our parents at homes. And this mentoring has to be a continuous process. I recall about the Kaizen philosophy, which talks about continuous development, change for better. And that is what we believe in, that it is a journey, but not a particular landmark to achieve. I'm sorry. Learning is hence a journey, quality journey for life has to go on and on and on, with every portals of learning to be exercised and the threshold be crossed with the march of time. And henceforth, we look forward to the South Asian International Summit coming June 2022 to be as one of the wonderful platforms to initiate learning as a priority. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for reminding us that education is not just a destination, but it's a journey. Yeah, thank you very much. So what are the challenges in the present context that education is facing when we take the global context?
Well, first, of course, the challenges is to meet out the expectations as educator. We have expectations from the parents, from the students, from the community. And that expectation is making them a wow personality for the society. And that comes with literacy as a priority. We need to teach them not the very thing which we used to teach them as A for apple, B for boy, or C for cat. Today, we need to enlighten them about the fact that A can also be Android, B can also be BlackBerry, and C is actually cloud, where we all have data, where the sharing of information takes place. And henceforth, as a challenge, we also need to tell them, not only telling them that the sky is blue, but also telling them why the sky is blue. And that is the challenge for our teachers, for our parents, and for the heads of schools all around the world, to teach them through experiential learning so that they go to their workplaces 5 years, 10 years from now and become extra smart. They become street smart to cater to the challenges they feel and they come across. As we have seen in the pandemic times of uncertainty, how we can connect, or how we connect it through the power of digital connect. And this has been of a great resource all around the world, that how it could make possible that learning can even be done at ease and at comfort from the living rooms and the drawing rooms and the bedrooms of the houses. And the reach was made through the teachers, the dedicated teachers, globally present with the power of technology. And today also we are meeting with that segment only. So these challenges need to be revisited, recounted, brainstormed, and come out with solutions, what we call in the quality circle approach, as a big win. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Quality education is the fourth sustainable development goal defined by the UNESCO. So how do you explain the value of this goal to enhance the quality of education in the whole world?
Yeah. Well, as the goal we are talking about, quality education, the priority is training. Training is the number one requisite today, wherein it is only through training that we can think of polishing the world in the best of the possible ways. Because we cannot teach, the teachers cannot teach the way they were taught. And henceforth, they need to revisit on their ABCDs, to repractice their classroom management, to make the learning happen the best way possible, using the power of technology in a big way. And that is what is the spectrum we need to monitor with the march of time. For we cannot be thinking of the same classroom scenario, the storytelling. There was once a king and a queen, and the children were entertaining. I'm sorry. That makes children sleep with their eyes open. And henceforth, we, the educators, need to monitor the way the children need to learn and make strategies to make it possible. We need to have brainstorming sessions as educators to come up to the needs of the children in the classroom. And the empowering of the whole episode comes with the exchange of the tools available to the digital aspect and to the cloud-based. There are different formats. We use assessment, we use observation, we use the feedback mechanism. Everything has to be dwelled in the best possible manner to cater to the needs of the quality assessment and the quality education the best way possible.
Thank you, sir. So next, I would like to move directly ahead the summit. So I think that's better if we can discuss about the aims of the South Asian Education Summit. In that case, I guess probably the president of our association, Mr. Janka Kamagoda, would have more ideas to add in this case. So you're warmly welcome to add your ideas.
I would request Mr. Janaka to add his points, but I am really fascinated and looking forward to the Education Summit, where we are trying to meet people from different countries, representatives and decision makers in the field of academics from different countries in a big way. And that would certainly make us draft and define some novel policies for the quality attainment of what we aim for, the SDGs. Not only quality education, but also many, many more. All the 17 goals need to be revisited on the way we can function and how best we are going to be defining it in the best of the possible ways. So I once again look forward to the event, which is slated from 18th to 20th of June in Colombo. And I have my votes for it. And many of our representatives from India are looking forward to participate in the event. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's about the aims of the South Asian Education Summit.
Yeah, Ashini.
Yes, sir. Now what we have to discuss is about the aims of the South Asian Education Summit.
Okay, thank you. I think this is a good opportunity to invite all educators in the South Asian countries to participate for our summit. And I'll share my screen and I'll want to explain about the summit. Give me yeah, this is the education summit, which we focus to share our best practices, our findings, our research through virtual platforms as well as physical international conference. You can see our objectives: upgrade the quality of the pre-primary and general education with the 21st century skills and KSM approach. Then I'll explain what is the KSM approach later. And make connectivity among the regional educators. We have a lot of quality educators in India, in Nepal, in Sri Lanka, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, but we have to work together to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, number 4, quality education. We have to work together. We have to share our knowledge. We have to share our best practices. Therefore, through this conference and through this summit, we can share our best practices through the regional educators. Not only the regional educators, globally we can share our best practices. And we want to appreciate our educators who have done marvelous job to the field of education. I think maybe a good opportunity to evaluate their service and their contribution to the field of education. And finally, we want to upgrade the quality of the teacher educators and the quality of the education system, quality of the evaluation system, quality of the assessment, quality of the teaching learning. Those things we are expecting to discuss through our education summit.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So in your objective, you were referring to 21st century skills. So can you please explain what is 21st, I mean, what you mean by 21st century skills, which is essential to develop the education in the modern context?
Yeah, I'll share my screen to explain that one also. Then normally in the classroom, in the teaching learning process, teachers try to give the knowledge to the students. When we consider about the last decade or last century, always teachers try to give their best knowledge to the children. In the later we discuss about the competencies. We try to develop the competencies. we define the competencies as the combination of the knowledge, skills, and attitudes. But in present context, we speak about the 21st century skills. How we can define the 21st century skills? A combination of the lot of skills. As you see in the screen, we discuss about the information literacy, critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration and teamwork, innovation and design skills, technological skills, entrepreneurship, leadership, adaptability, social responsibilities, ethics, global and cultural awareness, and civic and literacy responsibilities. We want to discuss so many skills through our teacher learning process. From the pre-primary classroom, from the early childhood center, through the primary education, through the general education, we want to develop the 21st century skills. Otherwise, our children may face a lot of difficulties to the very competitive modern society. Therefore, in this summit, we hope to discuss how we can develop 21st century skills through the curriculums. How can how we need to change our curriculums to focus 21st century skills. How we can develop the 21st century skills through the teacher learning process. Those things we can discuss through our summit with the educators in the South Asian region. I think this is a good platform to discuss how we can develop the 21st century skills, and we can share our knowledge and best practices for this objective. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And KSAM approach was another concept that you were referring to when you were describing the objectives of the summit. I believe that we should explain that as well to everyone who's joining with us. Thank you. Yes, sir. It's
yeah, we focus about the KSAM approach also. As I said earlier, in the early society, we focus to develop the knowledge. But in modern concepts, we focus about the KSAM approach. That means we want to develop the knowledge. The theoretical knowledge we want to give to the children. And not only the theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge we want to give to our children. Not only the knowledge, we want to develop the skills. Skills mean what they can do. Then we want to develop the skills, communication skills, teamwork and leadership skills, critical thinking and problem solving skills, managerial and entrepreneurial skills, information management, social skills and responsibilities. In this KSAM approach, we focus to develop the knowledge and to develop the skills. Not only the knowledge and skills, we concern about the attitudes, values, professionalism, and vision for life. We want to discuss how we can develop those skills through our teacher learning process. In KSAM approach, we try to develop those skills through our teacher learning process. And finally, we want to change the mindset of the children. We focus through the mathematics or science or English or any other subject from grade 1 to grade 12 or from the pre-primary age. We want to develop the knowledge, skills, attitudes, values, professionalism and vision for life and mindset. Then in this platform, in this education summit, we focus 21st century skills and KSAM approach. Then how we can develop those skills through our curriculums, through our teacher learning process, and how we can change our assessment and evaluation system from the knowledge evaluation systems to the how we can assess and how we can evaluate the children's those skills. We have to evaluate those skills through our evaluation systems. I think we can discuss a lot of things in our platforms, in our virtual discussion rooms, in our pre-primary pre-prepared video presentations about the KSAM approach and 21st century skills.
Thank you, sir. How Sai for Education will plan this summit? What's the plan, and how can, if anyone is interested, how can they join? How can they apply for this summit? So what's the procedure?
Yeah. Then in our summit, our physical summit, our international conference will be held on 18th to 20th June 2022 in Colombo, Sri Lanka. I think many educators from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Nepal, from Bhutan, from Maldives will participate for the international conference which is scheduled to held in Colombo. In addition to our physical conference, we have prepared many events. That one is the pre-recorded video presentations. Then educators, teachers, principals, they can do the presentations and they can record the presentation. They can upload their presentation to our platforms. This is one category. Any educator, any principal, any teacher can participate for this event. This event is open from 1st of April till June 18th. The other one is the poster presentations. The creative academics can create a lot of posters to promote our 21st century skills and KSM approaches. And education journal. This is the writers, researchers. They can write the articles or research papers, and we can publish those research papers, those articles in the South Asian Education Journal. This is another opportunity to the writers, to the educators to perform well and to show their talents. And we have planned live Zoom discussions to discuss about the 21st century skills, about the KSM approaches, and how their best practices. I think Zoom discussion series is also more important to them to show their talents, to show their performance.
Thank you, sir. What are the themes that we are planning to discuss in the Education Summit 2022?
Yeah, we have planned our entire summit under the two categories. The first category is the pre-primary and primary category. The theme we focus empower early childhood education to achieve Sustainable Development Goals number 4.2, quality early childhood care and development. Under this category, we focus 13 themes, 15 themes, and educators, principals, teachers can do Zoom discussions, can do pre-prepared video presentations, can do physical presentations at the conference according under those themes. The next category is from K1 up to K12 on the 21st century skills for Sustainable Development Goals for quality education. In this category, there are 12 themes. We focus those themes. Any educator, any teacher, any principal can do their presentations, their Zoom discussions, their physical presentations, their posters, all their presentations under those themes. I think this is a good opportunity to South Asian countries and all principals, all teachers to perform well and to get international awards through this summit. All the presenters who present pre-prepared videos, who participate for the Zoom discussions, who will participate for the physical summit, will get opportunity, get international awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Why do you think that we need an international association like Sahipo ECCD to work together to achieve the objective of quality education?
I think our Dr. Diraj sir, the national award will explain why we need international associations and collaborations to work together. Dear sir. Hashini, I think it is better we can ask from the Dr. Diraj sir.
Dr. Diraj, yes, it's better if you can explain why we need an international association like Sahipo ECCD to work together to achieve the objective of quality education.
Well, as we know, we come from different platforms, so experience of different sort count a lot. This type of an experience where we sit together and we share our ideas, and it works wonders. So the priority is that why this international is for a reason that we happen to have ideas from different good practices, global practices, and with this getting a common platform here in the form of discussion, that we are able to reap the best of all the available practices, and that would work wonders. So this type of an international forum will allow us to take inputs, and the takeaways need to be of the quality benchmarking, which will be done by default as through the discussions only. And henceforth, we come to know about different practices, and then we can implement those practices in our own schools, in our own countries, and come out to be of a successful format in a big way. Henceforth, this type of an international summit or a conference is indeed going to be a change maker for all the participating nations in a big way.
Thank you, sir. What are the benefits that the teachers, the principals, the educators can gain by participating to such an international event?
Well, for sure, the first foremost benefit is that they get to learn so many things. Like the other day, when I visited Sri Lanka, I didn't know about the wonderful practices which one could do at school level, for SDG as a priority. And henceforth, when I came back from Sri Lanka, I shared it with many schools over here, how they can practice this quality scenario in order to have a win-win approach. And that was made possible. So henceforth, I believe that when we visit at places physically, we tend to benchmark the best practices being conducted anywhere, every time, in the best of the possible ways. And I'm sure it is high time for all of us to incorporate this type of a practice and be a forerunner to this capsule in a big way.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So apart from the direct participants, like what are the benefits that the general public or else the people in the global society can gain from a summit like this, especially on education?
Well, I believe that it's always a great takeaway for all the stakeholders, particularly the parents, the students, the teachers, and the heads of the schools. Because when we discuss about a particular point at a platform, we tend to reflect through different brainstorming sessions, and the ideas crop up and they are deliberated as a part of learning fragrance. So not only the teachers and educators, but also the other formats of stakeholders benefit of a lot. They tend to know about different culture. They tend to visit on a part of sightseeing, and in addition to learning, taking part in various reflections and ideas, get framing. And then, of course, nearly every day we have challenging opportunities at our workstations, at our workplaces. And these opportunities reflect as a part of normal practices when we tend to reflect, particularly from the school level or to the college level or to the work level for so. And I have been, Sri Lanka for over 5 times. And every time I return with a great learning, with the great practices. And I fully salute to the management of the education system in Sri Lanka, wherein whether it's organizing an event or it is organizing an exam or a training program for, say, I always look forward to as a quality benchmark for particularly the way the children participate, the teachers contribute, and the principals manage the functions in the best of the possible ways. And I'm really, really thankful to all the wonderful people I'm in touch with in Sri Lanka, including the Ministry of Education, that I wish and look forward to promote these types of conventions and seminars, which is now global. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of the Sri Lankan education system, I would like to humbly thank you for your salutation. Thank you very much. And as Mr. Janaka described earlier, the participants with the best performance will be awarded with an international award. So how do you describe on the value addition to a participant from this kind of an international award?
Well, I believe in recognizing individuals who do wonders in the field of education. And I've been recognized by the Government of India as one of the national teacher awardees, I remember. And henceforth, any type of a recognition for good doing works wonders. And it's a great motivation for that individual and also for the others who reflect on doing things the same way, the best way possible. So I'm really excited. Once again, I want to share my views on the move that yes, recognizing people for their efforts is a noble task and must be done. And when it comes to from the level of the South Asian International Summit, it is going to make wonders and bring out of a great task. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. So I believe that this is your opportunity to invite all 7 countries to join in hand for this occasion, because being a giant in this field of education, being a national awardee on education, being a world famous presenter and a speaker in India as well as in Sri Lanka, I believe you're the right person to invite all 7 countries to provide their fullest cooperation to proceed ahead with this summit. Yes, sir, this is your opportunity to invite everyone. Yes, yes.
I invite all my friends, all my colleagues at this event to be held in Sri Lanka on 18th to 20th of June. And I look forward to a great participation with them time to come. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining with us for this discussion apart from your very busy agendas. Thank you very much, sir. We hope you will continue giving your fullest cooperation in going forward as well. And thank you, Mr. Janaka Kamagoda, the President of the Association, for arranging this discussion and for being the backbone of this summit from our end. Thank you, sir. So thank you, everyone. So once again, I invite all 7 countries to join with us to have a wonderful experience. I hope you all will support us the same way when it comes to the physical event as well. So thank you very much.